This is the day that the Lord has made. I shall rejoice and be glad in it. Blessings, everyone. We Terry here, Sister Marcel here. So, I cleared out my corn, y'all. I gave up on the corn. I just was like, enough is enough. I'm done. This is where I usually put my garlic. And as we know, we're approaching garlic time to plant. And so I'm going to do a little experiment or just see what comes from this. So I have this bucket here, and it is filled with dried up food scraps. So I invested in, maybe some of you guys heard it's called the mill. Put all your food scraps in and it breaks it down. And so you can use this as either chicken feed, or you can put it back in your garden. You can put it back in the garden. So I decided I'm gonna put it back in the soil. So the process of putting it back in the soil is, it takes time. So it takes about 3 weeks for it to break down into the soil from this stage here. So what you have to do is put it in your dirt and mix it up, water it in, and then in 3 weeks, you're ready to plant. So in about 3 weeks, I will be planting my garlic. So I'm gonna do it around the 25th. Last year I did it the 25th of October. So I think I'm gonna do it around that same time. That'll help me remember when it was planted. So that's about 3 weeks from now, 3 weeks, a little more from now. So I figure I'll go ahead and mix it in and water it. And it's on a drip system, so it's gonna continue to get watered. And then when it's time to plant my garlic, it should be ready to go. Will it make a big difference in my harvesting garlic? I don't know. Maybe so. But since this is the only empty bed that I have right now, I'm going to try it in this. If you want to know more information about the mill, I'll have a link down below. And I'll also show you my mill inside the house too. All right. And I absolutely love it. We got it towards the end of August. And I love it. It makes our garbage less heavy, because mostly all food scraps can go in the mill and it'll break it down, from chicken bones, from anything you eating, onions, anything you could think of that you eat, pasta, rice, all that stuff can go, bread, it can go into the food mill. So when my bread gets stale, because my bread only lasts about maybe 6 days, making sourdough bread, I just crumble it up, throw it in the mill. So, and that's why they say you can use this pretty much for your chicken feed, because all it is food broken down, foods that you would give your chickens broken down. So, I will show you guys that towards the end of the video. But let's go ahead and take out this drip system. Hopefully you guys can hear me. It's kind of windy. Looks like fall is approaching us. We've been having really hot weather. This sunflower seed is, I don't know if you guys can see it, it's hanging over me. Let me see if you guys can see it. See it? It's probably time to cut it down. I might just cut it down so I don't keep ducking, but for now it's fine. Bring it down. So we're going to take this drip system out. Come over here and take this out here. We're gonna save these. Gonna move this out the way. I'll just set these right. Yeah. All right. And so now I'm going to sprinkle in, and this is about a month's worth of scraps. As you can see how big it is, a month worth of food scraps. Okay. And I'm just going to sprinkle some in. I should have mixed it up. Let me mix it up, because each time our bin gets, and I'm going to mix it up with this cool little tool right here, the Ryobi tiller. I love this thing, you guys. Love it. So I'm just going to kind of give it a good mix in here. Go all the way down to the bottom. All right, pulling all that's at the bottom up too. And now we're going to sprinkle some in here. I'm gonna save some There's a lot of sunflower seeds in here. But that's okay. It'll break down. All right. So, put a nice little layer on it. Now, let's move this out the way. This little tiller here. Move this light. It's gonna keep falling. And these these come off so you can kind of clean out the dirt and everything. So now I'm just gonna fill it in. Mix it in real good. Do it on this side so you guys can see. Mix it in. Go down deep. Let's go deep. I don't want to flip too much dirt out. So, I think I want to add a little bit more. I think I'm going to add a little bit more. Do it in the middle. And so I wanted to show you again how it looks all broken down. These are all kind of chicken, fish, all this kind of stuff that we eat. Pasta, rice, bread, fruit, all fruits and vegetables pretty much. The only thing you cannot put in the meal is like too much sugar, not too much liquidy stuff. Like it can take cream cheese, whipping cream, but only like about a half a cup. You don't want nothing too watery, nothing that is gummy, that would kind of get the little grinding tool stuck. So, but other than that, like I said, it breaks it up like this. All right, I think this is enough. Spread it out just a little bit more. And now I'm gonna do the middle. Mix it up. Let's go over it. Sorry, worms. I see little worms in here. But I think that's mixed up enough. And so we're just gonna spread it out. Even it on out. A little more mixing. We're gonna see if this makes a difference. Rock. All right, and so now they say just water it in and let it sit for 3 weeks. So, like I said, in 3 weeks plus, I'll be ready to plant my garlic. So let's put this back in. So once I water it real good, the drip system, I have it scheduled, will automatically water it a tad bit more. And I'm thinking about doing a new drip system for next season, for the springtime. So stay tuned for that. I'm gonna put in a whole new drip system. Let's see, I'll put that over here. And all right, so we're going to water it in real quick. Let me get my hose. Got my hose here, so we're just gonna water it in. Give it a nice deep water. And that's pretty much it. So it's got a nice deep water. Keep dripping. A nice deep water there. And so the drip system will continue to water it. And yeah, so that's what I want to show you guys to see if there's going to be a big difference in as far as production harvest time. Okay, so now let me put that back on there. Now I want to show you guys the mill. Ooh, it's windy. All right, so here we are here with the mill. I'll show you a clip the day I first got it. And so I got the mill. So we're gonna see how it works out. And I didn't even record an unboxing, which I should have. So that was August 30th. Today is September 30th, a full month since we've had it. And here it is here. It's like the size of a regular garbage can. And there's an app, and I'm gonna show you what the app looks like, but you can open it up with your hand here, or they do have a push where you can push it with your feet. And so as you can see, I have some scraps in here already, and it's already broken down, some of it. I have it grind at midnight every night, and it'll only grind when it feels like it's sufficient enough to grind it. So it has a scale at the bottom of it, and let me show you guys. Let me pull it out just a tad bit. So it has a scale, and it weighs as you put scraps in. And so normally what I do is kind of build up my scrap intake here and then dump it in here before midnight. And if it weighs a sufficient amount, it'll go ahead and go through the grinding and drying process. So there's a line here that tells you when you need to dump this, meaning it's done. You need to dump it and then start filling it back up with scraps. So this has been like this for about a week now. Every night it grinds it, and of course the level goes down, and then it goes higher and higher and higher as the scraps get full. I could fill this up to the tip top, and by morning time it has grinded it and dried it down, and it's lower. So this is the bucket here. Pull it out, and there is a scale that holds it and weighs it. And so this is what it looks like now. This was just put in there this morning. Okay, so this is about maybe 2-3 weeks worth of food scraps, maybe 2 weeks worth of food scraps. Like I say, it grinds every night unless it's not enough in there to really grind. And you just keep it in there until the grounded up level comes all the way up to the line, and then you would dump it. Okay, looks like I need to do some minor cleaning, wiping around it, but I usually do it once I dump this container, then I'll give it a clean. Okay, so that is the meal. Now let me show you what it shows on the app. Also, I failed to mention, you can cut it on and off on a button here, and this is the screen where it shows you the signals. If it's locked, if it's stuck, if it's in the drying and grinding process. You can have it locked when it goes through the drying and grinding. That way no one else can put any scraps in there until it's done. Or you can have it to where you still can open it and put scraps in, even if it's going through the process. But that would make the process take long because it won't stop until everything is done. So if you put something, let's say your drying and grinding is almost done and you start putting in food in there, well, it's going to keep going until what you just put in there has been dried and grinded up. So I learned that lesson, and so now what I do is I have it locked so no one else can put any food scraps in it during its drying process, and then I just have them put it in this. So once everything is done, then we could put that in there to be ready for the next time to go through that. So yeah, so let me push this back and then I'll show you guys the app. Okay, so I am recording this from my phone. Here's the app here. It shows you the scraps, if it's ready to grind or to dry. You have the bin, impact, growth, and library here, and I'm going to show you what's all in this app. So right here, when I press the bin, it shows you the next time it's going to grind and everything. Here's the history. It just did it today. and only did 2 to 3 pounds, and it took 6 hours. Okay, and so now we're going to go to impact, and here's the impact, and it shows that I have helped to divert over 90 pounds of food scraps from the landfill. So that's a lot, 90 pounds of food scraps. And so that's in a month's worth of using this. As you can see, we just got it August 30th, and that very same night it did 9 pounds, and then the majority of it was all of September, and it did 82 pounds all of September, and today is September 30th, the last day of the month. And it shows different milestones and how many people is using it, and all that good stuff. Then we go to the grounds, and they give you options to where you can keep it for yourself, put it in your garden, do chicken, give it as chicken feed, or you can send it back to mill and they will do whatever they want with it. And then we have the library. And the library, it will tell you pretty much what can and cannot go in the mill. Okay, so usually if I'm not sure, I just type it in the search bar up there, and it'll let me know yes or no. The check mark is for yes, the X is definitely not, and the exclamation mark is for maybe, and what parts can go in. All right, so we're gonna look through some of these so you can kind of get an idea of what all you could put in it. Pretty much everything. So if we look at dairy and eggs, you can see here that everything can go in there. I click the cream and it tells you just a little bit of cream, not a lot. Okay, and we're gonna go to the next category. So if we go to breads and grains, so here it shows all kind of breads. You see the little exclamation mark there because it shows maybe some part of the cake can go. So like for cereal, the dry cereal can go in, but not the milk. That's too much liquid, and it gives you an explanation on why it cannot go in. Okay, next, let's see what category I click next is the drinks. And so as you can see, the majority, only boba can go in there, but the cereal, we already saw that regarding the cereal. But like I said, anything that's too liquidy, as you can see here, the boba can, but not the liquid of the boba drink. Let's see, what else? Butter, they said it's not okay to add because it's too much fat and grease and oil. If we click the drinks again, let's see, it goes for like coffee. So the coffee, it will take the beans, the grounds, and also the coffee filters, which I did not know it does coffee filters. So that's a good thing, but not the pods. So that's a good thing, not the drink itself, but the beans and grinds and filter it will take. So that's good to know. I did not know about the filters. Let's see, what else can we go through? Let's hit fruits and vegetables. Pretty much all fruits and vegetables except artichokes here, you would see that it won't take the stalks, but it will take the hearts, but not the leaves. So that's what I love about this library. It'll let you know what it can and cannot take. We go through it again. Let's see anything else. Pretty much all fruits. It says coconut, corn. It says you can do the cob, the kernels, but not the husk, and explains why. And it also tells you storage tips for those particular foods. Herbs and spices, pretty much all herbs and spices will be okay. So that's a plus. Let's see, meats. So all meats except bacon grease, no fat stuff. Anything clams, just the flesh is okay. No shells, no juice. Remember, we want to avoid anything that has a lot of liquid in it. Also, let's see, we say crab, I'm pretty sure it's just the flesh, not the shells. But we have crawfish, duck, fish, ham, hamburgers, hot dogs, jerky, lamb, no lard, lobsters, probably just the flesh and not the shells. See, no shells, but just the flesh, the meat. Let's see, keep going through it. It says the mussels, which is probably just the flesh and not the shells. Oysters as well, just the flesh, and so on. Let's see, if we continue on, we can go to nuts. Pretty much all the nuts and seeds can go in there, so that's a plus. Let's see about Tupperware and packaging. So no aluminum foil and all that stuff. Let's see, we have paper napkins and paper towels. So it says it's only okay if it's 100% paper, which I did not know. So that's a good thing to know. And it says related items, paper napkins, paper towels. So that's good to know. And like I said, when it has an exclamation mark, click it to see what part of that particular food or object can go in the meal. So you probably can't have like anything with dyes or fragrances in it. Let's see, what else? We're gonna hit it again and look through it. No plastic, no styrofoam, no wax paper. All right, so now let's go back. And let's try prepared foods and condiments. And so we got baby food, baby formula, calamari, no candy, as you can see here, because of the sugar content. If it's got too much sugar, it might get gummy and mess up the turning things. Let's see, anything else? Gelatin powder, exclamation mark. No gum, as you can see. No gum because it'll get gummy. So that's pretty much it for the app. It'll give you all the information that you need to know. Also, if you're interested in the meal, then I will have the link down below. You would use my little referral code right here and you will get $150 off your meal. And I'll give you more information at the end of the video. So as you can see from all that, I really believe that this is a good investment, especially if you have chickens and if you have a garden. I think this would be a great investment. Like I said, our garbage has been a lot lighter to take out because it's all paper and plastic and all the things that this cannot take. And it breaks down all the food. We just have to remember to throw it in here instead of there, which now we pretty much remember to come here first before going to the garbage can. It took us a minute to kind of adjust. Oh, throw it in there. Oh, you know, and I would always check the library to make sure that it'll take it. And I keep this next to it. So when it's going through its grinding stage, we make sure we put it into the compost bin here. But I would definitely recommend this to every homesteader, or even if you're not a homesteader, but you want to minimize your waste, this would be a good way to minimize your waste. And like I said, you can either use it in your garden or use it for your chickens, or you have the option to send it back to meal and they can do whatever they want to do with it. So, but I'm not sending mine back. I'm keeping my scraps. So, the choice is yours. It is on the pricey side, but like I said, it's definitely worth it. The fact that I could give it back to my chickens or put it in my garden, like I like that trade-off. So definitely check out the meal. I definitely recommend it. Like I said, I'll have the link down below where you would get $150 off. I believe they might have a payment plan on there, so you can do that as well. And yeah, you can enjoy it too. So let me know what you thought about it. If you have any other questions regarding it, let me know. Meal. I think this is awesome. And you should give it a try. So check down the link below. Remember, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section. And I will see you guys in the next video. So remember, pray in your garden, because although we plant, the Most High grows. God bless. Shalom.